What's poppin', everybody? This is Saber94. I got a TCG match with Iron Hands EX and the rest of the crew. Miraidon, Koraidon, the future archetype. That's what we're gonna be playing for now. Busted decks. Just busted decks and meta decks, basically. I'm really fed up with trying to use regular Pokemon and failing miserably. Like, not even having like good matches where you think, okay, you know, it was a good match, it came sort of close. You just die easy and you die on the cheap against Dragapult, against other decks. You know, you're just struggling, and it really is, the game is already in your opponent's hands. So at least if I use busted archetypes, we can get some victories. And this is a very broken deck. This is pretty much the opposite of using regular Pokemon. This is going to be the killer of a lot of setup and, you know, weaker decks, thanks to Miraidon. You know, going second, immediately attacking, getting high damage and getting a kill likely on a small Pokemon, and getting energies. Just too powerful. Now it looks like we won't be playing against that. We'll be playing against the Raging Bolt and Ogerpon. So this should be a fair matchup. Two strong decks. I would say that perhaps Ogerpon with Raging Bolt is maybe more meta than Iron Crown now. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I do have a good opening start. I got my Techno Radar. I opened up with Miraidon. My opponent also is sort of getting the nuts. Getting Ogerpon's effect. Lightning Energy Attachment. So good turn one. Get those energy attachments. It's what you gotta do. I'll get the Iron Crown, and I will also get the double. Let's see, get Iron Hands and then get the other Iron Crown. So I believe it's going to be in my best interest to try and utilize the regular Iron Hands EX. It only commits one prize. Something like the Iron Hands is gonna die too easy. And I reveal the Psychic Energy. I don't really want to get it, but I guess we do. I only have two in the deck, you never know. I just draw two with Zisu as well. That's not so great. I don't know if I should bench the Iron Hands. Maybe eventually we will, but not for now. Obviously, if your opponent wants to get like double prizes, they can target the Iron Crown. It's sort of, you can't escape it. You have to bench those to get your damage boosted. But Iron Hands EX I may not need to use. We'll see. Okay, so hit for 80, get energies. The Mew is halfway KO'd now. I doubt it's going to leave it there, but it is something that I can pull later on perhaps. Something like the Raging Bolt EX is not going to be easy for us to get a one-hit KO. In fact, it's impossible. I would need like all of the nuts, like down, all of the Iron Crowns, maybe even a capsule on it. And if he has the tool, then we can't do it. But without the tool, maybe you can. So let's see. Ogerpon fighting manual attachment. He's going to be able to get the kill. He does attach the capsule. That's smart. It's going to be key. And he's going to go for that KO. I'll be able to retaliate back though. Hit you for a lot of damage. And I mean, it appears that I'm gonna have to use the research too. We're gonna have to discard the Miriam. Maybe that won't matter, maybe it will. Okay, so Psychic Energy Attachment and I'll attach the tool as well, since I'm gonna have to dump everything anyway. I'm gonna play the dude down because we are gonna discard the Miriam, and I might eventually use him. But get the Miraidon down 2 and go for the Techno Radar. Discard the Hands EX. We're gonna get another Crown. So I'm going to be able to retaliate with big damage. He got a prize, but it doesn't matter too much, I guess. The trade-off here is much better for me. hitting his main Pokemon. It's got 2 energies on. He will have to use it again, likely. So he'll have to commit the prizes. If he can't really target my 2 prize Pokemon, I should be okay. So switch card. Switches onto the Mew. Little healing doesn't really matter. And it's going to go for that Ogerpon. This deck has a good flow. When I used it too. Pretty good flow. Now my deck is probably different than what other people use, but there's all sorts of variations and text you can throw in, the consistency engines you want to utilize, how many energy recovery cards you want to run, that kind of thing. Now, he didn't really use supporters though yet. I don't think he played a Sada yet, or maybe anything else for that matter. What are you going to do? If you attack with Raikou, you kill me, but instead he actually went for Penny. So that's his supporter for the turn. I believe that was hella pointless because, okay, you recovered the HP, you negated my damage, but you used up your supporter for the turn and you won't be able to get an attack off. So if you leave Mew there, it's gonna die, so it's the same thing. If you promote Ogerpon, it's gonna die, so it's the same thing. And then if you promote Raging Bolt, you're back from where you started. So that was a pointless play. I mean, maybe he didn't have anything else to do. I'm gonna use N and I'm gonna hinder him even more. Or I guess he draws 5 again. But might as well use this now because they're gonna be pretty useless later on once I get a bunch of prizes. So yeah, Mew is... Actually, no, I'm gonna attack with Miraidon because I still get the job done and I get to grab more energies. If we can do this, gather a lot of energies around, then I'm always gonna have an attacker ready to go and I don't have to worry. So 2 on the EX, Mew is out, and I maintain my Iron Hands, the regular one with the 3 energies on. So that's very good. He has to promote the Raging Bolt again. So yeah, the Penny play last turn, it was pretty pointless. It didn't really accomplish anything. Why would you even bother playing that card in this deck? I don't understand. I think the best way is to just go aggro with this, go turbo, and just try and always make a big attack, gather energies, and just aim for that goal. Just trying to add a little bit of, you know, a control aspect in terms of trying to heal your dude. I guess maybe it'll have some uses, but I mean, it didn't work out for him, I want to say. It was pretty much a free turn for me. And he's back from where he started. Now I got the prize lead, and you know, he can gather energies and go for an attack, but he's still only going to get 1 prize on the Miraidon, and then I'll put pressure again with another regular Pokemon. We got boss's orders in hand too. Perhaps I'll target something if it makes sense for me. If he leaves a bunch of energies on something like the Ogerpon, that'd be good to kill. Gets boss's orders with the gear. Man, I really prefer like the Poke Gear from Hard Gold, that kind of artwork. It makes me not want to use it now that we don't have that artwork. I'm just crazy like that. But one of the big downsides of Live was definitely losing access to the OG cards from Hard Gold, Soul Silver. The last batch, really, of old OG cards. At one point, they did plan to even have DP cards implemented on TCG Online, but that went to hell. I guess with all the problems they have with glitches and just trying to keep up with the modern shit, there's no way they do this now. But if they were serious, man, about being the best, they would have tried, I want to say. Okay, so he did use the boss's orders, discard a bunch of energy, and did kill the EX, so he gets 2 prizes, but he's still going to be at 3. You're still going to have to do this trick more times. So doing this, I'm gonna make sure I always use, well, I'm gonna use both of the regular Pokemon here, and then maybe later on I use an EX. But honestly, I discarded one Hans. He killed one, and then I discarded the Miriam. I had to discard her. So we're just gonna have to get by with the smaller dudes, apparently. So I'll get the Miraidon down, put a lightning energy on you, and just spread these around. And I believe Iono should be. Let me just put these here. Actually, if he decides to get my dude stuck, it's gonna suck. The crown stuck, but I doubt it. I mean, if he does that, he's not gonna accomplish much. It's a bit risky, but I decided to go for it, and we did draw the last one. So I got a switching outlet nevertheless, but hit this dude for 240. He is heavily injured now. At best, he only gets one attack, and then he's not going to have anything left. And I did minimize his shit. His deck is still pretty thick, 30 cards. He didn't really get to draw much. Didn't use a single Sada from what I see. Energy retrieval. Get some draw power with Ogerpon. But the best thing I can do, if I kill this dude, then try and dig out like boss's orders or the prime catcher. Didn't use that either. And then kill something like the Ogerpon. It should be pretty easy. Thanks to the Iron Crowns. Alright, so what are you doing? Ultra Ball. It's probably not good unless he's gonna dig out a Luminion or something. But no, he discards 2 energies and gets another Raging Bolt. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the other one. It doesn't make sense. It is getting a little bit dangerous, but it's not really a surprise. So he's gonna get the kill. And I'll retaliate back and gather energies. And then we really just want to see our pooling cards. Nice. Arven, huh? Well, I'm gonna go for Cynthia. I just draw 4. Yeah, this isn't really gonna... Didn't really draw too many good things. And... no. I get the Techno Radar. Okay, that's something that I can use. Get another Iron Hands, the regular one. Oh shit. Did I use them both? No, I don't think so. I think the other one is prized. Man, if I don't have a Psychic Energy, this is gonna suck because we only run 2. I've used 1. And I need 1 on these dudes to use the big attack, 160. So I'll kill this dude, and the Psychic is in the deck. Good. And I'll put 1 here and put 1 on the active. Okay, so now we're at 2 prizes. I got the Arven in hand, so I can just dig out the Prime Catcher if it's in the deck. And I just target down one of the weaker HP EXs and then I win. There's no way he'll be able to pull and use a bunch of energy acceleration cards. Well, Sada basically, not really other cards. But he can't use Sada and Boss's orders. He's gonna need like Prime Catcher or something if he runs that. It could be a bit dangerous, but I mean, his deck is thick. He only has a few cards in hand. I think I might be good. And if we have the right cards next turn, like just if I have the catcher in the deck, which is very likely at this point, then I can just win. We will be good. So Lightning Energy and Boss's orders is gonna try and get me stuck. Yeah, makes sense. It's a good thing I got the booster capsule, but also the Prime Catcher would solve this problem as well. And speaking of the devil, I top deck it. I don't even got to use Arven. But be assured, dude, I always had the outs, even if I didn't top deck it. Okay, so very simple. We're just gonna kill this Ogerpon, 260 damage, and I get the GG. Excellent. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Warai!